Episode of the show. I'm so glad that you tuned in with me today as we do a solo episode on fear and how to achieve your dreams. Look, I've heard so many people talk about motivation and even inspiration and why it's important to go after your dreams. But far too often, I hear people leave out the tactical part of why you should pursue your dreams and also how to do it. Because it's one thing for me to motivate you and pump you up about going to do it and you can do anything. But then when you go to do it, if you have doubt, if you have questions, if you have fear about either the unknown or rejection or failure, no amount of motivation or inspiration is going to get you to your dreams, your goals more quickly than me telling you exactly how to do it and why. And I want us to talk about how to conquer that fear so that you can get your dreams, your goals, whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve, the life that you want to create more quickly. And here's the one thing to remember. Dreams are the thing that propels us forward as a society, as humans. It's what gives us hope. It's what lights the path through the uncertainty, that all of the twists and turns that life gives us. The desires that are in our heart or in our gut or the aspirations that you may have for your life is really how we develop our purpose. It's the pursuit of the dreams, of those goals that really get hindered by fear of rejection, failure, the unknown. And oftentimes I see so many really good, smart, qualified people allow their emotions to paralyze them from preventing them to just take that step or that next step or the first step forward towards what it is that they want to create or achieve. And so in this episode, I just want to talk a little bit about exploring why it's critical, why it's your duty, why it is crucial for you to go after the dreams, the goals, the life that's on your heart. Because here's one thing I want you to know. If you don't listen to anything else from this episode, please get this. Life is too short. It is so short that it should be a crime for you to not go after your goals and live up to potential. It should be a crime for you to not go after everything on your heart. It should be a crime for you to not try to achieve that next level of life that's been nudging you forward. You were created for a reason. You're here for a reason. You're listening to this podcast for a reason. There is a reason that you have these dreams, these goals. And every single day, every decision, all of the things you've been through have just equipped you to actually get through the challenges that you need to get through to create the life that you desire. But oftentimes we get so crippled and so paralyzed by the fears. The fear of failure, rejection, unknown, what people are going to say. But I know so many people listening, like me, have been through a lot in their life. Maybe they have climbed out of poverty or suffered abuse or loss or been through natural disasters like fires and hurricanes and things that no human should ever have to experience, like violence, sexual abuse. We've all been through so many things. Maybe had a child that we had no clue what to do with, or a relationship that ended up not being the way we thought it was going to be, or a job loss or a business loss or a bankruptcy. Everyone has struggled with so many things, like I have. And do you think for 1 second that I care about what someone says on the internet or what some expectation someone made up of me that I didn't fulfill because of something they had in their mind, or one misstep that I make and I might fail or have a step back or being rejected or having a no? No, the answer is no. When you have been through so much in your life, you know that there is no failure, no rejection, no comment from a troll on the internet that is going to stop you from achieving the life that you want. Because if you have already survived all of that other stuff, one little comment, one little misstep or failure is not going to stop you. It's not going to tear you down because you're still here. And I think that's what's so important to remember. How to conquer your fear is to reflect on what you've already been through and what you've already overcame. Because it's proof that this next thing that trips you up, that this next stumbling block that's going to come your way, that you're just going to turn it into a rock to stand on to get a little higher and a little closer to the life that you're looking to create. And look, you don't have to take my opinion on it. Research has consistently shown that pursuing your dreams and your goals leads to a greater sense of fulfillment and satisfaction in life. And as I was researching for this podcast episode, I learned that there was a study published in 2019 in the journal Emotion that found, they've researched hundreds of people, that people who actively pursue their dreams report higher levels of happiness and overall well-being, including those that fail at achieving their dreams. This didn't find people were happier that achieved their dreams. It was people were happier that pursued their dreams, that they are more likely to feel a sense of purpose and alignment in their life, which leads to improved mental and emotional health. The other research and study that I found, which has been something I've always said, but I couldn't articulate in the same way that these psychologists did in their study, but Thomas Glivich and Victoria Medvec did a study on a phenomenon known as regret aversion. And this is based on people tending to regret things that they didn't do far more than the things they did, which is why I always say I would rather be 85, 90, 100 years old looking back at all of the things I did, even the stupid mistakes that I made, than to sit there and wonder, what if I would have tried? What if I would have went after it? Imagine looking back on your life and regretting the opportunities that you let slip by just because you were afraid to fail, or you were afraid of what some stranger on the internet was going to say, or you were afraid of what your family member or your neighbor was going to say who never did what they wanted to do with their life. Everybody has an opinion. Always remember that not all of them are worth listening to. I don't know if you can hear the passion in my voice, but this gets me so fired up because I see so many people not going after the things that they want to do because they are so afraid of what might happen. But my friend, what I want to ask you is, what happens if you don't? What happens if you don't go after it? What are you not going to learn, experience, grow through if you don't try to achieve the next thing that you want to do? So if you're waiting for a sign, if you're waiting for a permission slip, if you're waiting for some confirmation that you should, please allow this podcast episode with me to be the reminder that you can, you will, and all you need to do is overcome some of these fears. And I'm even going to walk you through how to. Because oftentimes the stories that play in our mind are far worse than what's actually capable of happening or even possible, and definitely not probable. So number one, identify your fears. The very first step in conquering fear is to acknowledge it and identify the specific fear that is holding you back. Is it failure? Is it rejection? Is it opinions? Is it unknown? By pinpointing the fear specifically, you can start to begin to address it directly. And then once you do that, step two, I'm going to ask you to reframe your mindset. Change your perspective. Instead of seeing fear as an obstacle, view it as part of the journey. I always say that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Just like fear isn't the opposite of confidence. It's feeling fear and doing it anyways. Embracing fear is a sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, and growing is a perception that many of us successful individuals have had throughout our lives because we face the fear and realize that it's part of the path to success. And most times it doesn't even end up anywhere near as badly as you thought it could in our uncontrolled minds. Step three, set realistic goals. Break down those dreams into very small, actionable, achievable goals. Oftentimes people say, I want to build a $100 million company, and they're starting at zero. If your goal is to build a $100 million company and you're not first trying to do the first 100,000, the first 1 million, the first 3 million, the first 10 million, you will quit on your goal. You have to break any big goal into small, achievable, actionable steps. This not only makes it feel more realistic and attainable, but it allows you to build confidence as you accomplish each one of these steps along the way. And small victories will alleviate the fear because it's a result, if you take an action step forward, that you can win that action step, and then you start stacking small wins. And small wins, my friends, lead to large victories in life. Number four, knowledge and skills, build it always. Be a education student forever and acquire skills and knowledge to pursue your dreams, it is a powerful tool against fear. People often ask me, like, how are you so confident in this or that? It's because I have the knowledge, the skills, and the experience to know that I'm better prepared in that area. And it's not very intimidating for me to go after some dream, because even if I don't take all the right steps or make all the best decisions, I know that that is part of the path to doing something bigger, bolder, and greater. Number 5, be okay to seek support. It's okay to lean on friends and family and mentors and groups with your dreams. But again, like I said before, make sure you remember that everyone has opinions. Not all of them need to be listened to. And if you're talking to someone about a goal or a dream that you have, and they themselves have never gone out and created the life of their dreams, be careful who you listen to. That's why it's so important. I tell people all the time, when you want to go out and achieve something new or big or create some life that most of your friends and family don't have, you have to be careful with who you talk to. I am not the person that will ever tell you to go share all of your dreams and goals on the internet or with a bunch of people. Keep that circle small with who you trust that dream with. It's your dream. It's your job to protect it, to be its champion, to cheerlead for it, but not necessarily with other people. Instead, do the work, take the steps forward, and then when you've accomplished your dream, then you tell other people. But last, the most important part, the most critical step of all of this is to take action. Take action when you're not prepared. Take action when you don't know the next step. Start with small, manageable steps and gradually work your way towards the ultimate dream that you have, the ultimate goal that you want to achieve. Every single step forward that you take when you don't have all the answers or you don't know the next step will all be the things that diminish your fear as you move forward. Dreams are not meant to be some passive fantasy that you have every once in a while. It's rather an active goal that is nudging at you for you to achieve it. It's your mountain that was built for you to climb. And the only way you can do that is by embracing your fears, breaking those dreams into small, achievable steps, gathering a very, very small inner circle of support, and taking action. The journey to anything great is challenging, but the risk of regret is immeasurable. Don't ever let fear dictate your choices, because every single decision you make is going to take you one step closer or one step further away from the life that you want to create. Use your dreams and your goals and the vision of your life to guide you towards a future that you can't even comprehend right now. A future filled with purpose, fulfillment, happiness, joy, peace, and building a regret-free, rich life. So my question for you as we wrap up today is, what one decision are you going to make today? Not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year. Today, what one decision are you going to take so that you can move one decision closer to the life you want to create? It starts today, right now. Write it down. There's probably something that's hitting your gut, hitting you right now. Write it down and do it. Confidence is like a muscle, and it's developed every single time you do something and break through the fear. It's all waiting for you on the other side. Your greatest level of life, your highest achievements are sitting on the other side of your greatest fears. Take the next step. You won't regret it. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for tuning in and spending this time with me. We'll see you next time.